So I was in the midst of this terrible emotional pain. My life just wrecked. And then one night, quite by chance, I went to the royal court to see, look back in anger at this outpouring of rage and life on the stage. And I thought, I didn't know you could do this. And I wanted to put my own pain, my own life, up there on the stage too, exactly as it had happened to me. And so that's how I came to write my first play.
Blimey, I think he's overfixed that flush. I certainly can't wear these trousers.
The play is about the breakdown of your first marriage to Titsy Babcock.
Titsy, yes. On the surface, we seemed to have a happy marriage, but in reality, we were both having affairs. We'd married young, of course. That was the done thing in those days, and we'd had a couple of miscarriages, and so perhaps it was natural that we strayed. But it all came to a head one terrible weekend.
And that weekend was the inspiration for your first play, A Cock-Up in the Country.
Yes.
Gregory, is that you?
Oh, no, it's the blooming wife. And who's Gregory? Yes, Titsy. Yes, Mrs. Wackery. It's me, Gregory.
Goodness, Gregory, aren't you from Scotland anymore? Oh, and did you manage to fix that door?
It's on! I fixed the door! Who the hell's this?
There's a little problem in the kitchen. Which one's the front door?
Oh!
God knows how it happened. It was just horrific. We'd both booked weekends away in the country with our lovers, but there'd been some sort of stupid mix-up at the cottage rental place. We'd both booked the same place and under the same false name. And it was beautiful. 8 identical doors on a split level with a suit of armor. And then there were those 2 terrible, evil men.
The convicts who'd escaped from the maximum security prison.
God knows what they'd done. Murderers, paedophiles. I can still see their faces. One of them looked exactly the same as me, and the other was identical to the film star Rex Hammer. And Titsy had always had some sort of stupid crush on Rex Hammer. And anyway, those 2 monsters were hiding away in one of the back bedrooms.
Gregory, since when did you have 2 penises?
I'm sorry. It was so shaming.
There's still a bit of a problem in the kitchen.
And since then, all of your work has been based on the actual events in your life.
Yes. My brother-in-law's terrible trouble with mental health issues, coupled with my sister's nymphomania, were depicted in my 1971 play, Nuts About Bonking. And my trip in the mid-90s to South Central Los Angeles, where I was mistaken for an itinerant breast inspector by 2 rival violent but sexy gangs, that became my play, Boobs in the Hood.
And What do you think about the public's reaction to these very personal plays?
You're talking about the laughter. Well, it came as a bit of a shock. These people, these heartless bastards, were doubled over, hooting with laughter at the dramatization of my abject misery. I mean, for God's sake, what kind of a world is this, where a cold, naked, and blindly infatuated man falling out of a window into a gorse bush in such a way as to ram a garden gnome up his rectum is considered to be some sort of bloody joke? But on the plus side, it has made me £16 million worldwide.
Sorry to interrupt, but your identical twin brother Perry is in the foyer, dressed exactly the same as you, with your wife, and with 2 tickets to Cancun.
Oh my God, she's fallen for it again. Excuse me, I must go. Oh, damn, I'd forgotten about these handcuffs. Where's Miss Smith with the key? Oh, there she is.